Hey, so tonight I'm going to be showing you guys my process for how I milk my little baby goats. So I have 5 little babies and I have 3 of them that are just about maybe 4 to 5 pounds heavier than my other 2. They were born a week earlier and they were also born actually 2 to 3 pounds heavier than my other 2. So I'm giving them their milk based on their weight, and probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks, when they're all going to be feeding probably twice a day, I'm going to be bringing those together. A rule of thumb, I only give them about 20% of their body weight, and so I have a calculator and I can show you that. But really what I've done with each week, I put a little calendar together, and so this is kind of what I've put together for each day. So my 2 larger goats, they get 18 ounces morning and night. My 2 younger goats will get 16, and then same thing, lunch 12 and 10, and then I have that total. So also I've been weaning my goats to whole cow milk from goat milk, and so over right now you can see I'm up to 70%, and so I've been doing that every single day. I've been decreasing that ratio 5% every day. Goat milk is super expensive right now. Whole goat milk is super expensive. If I had all the money in the world, I definitely would be giving my goats goat milk 100%. But right now goat milk is going about $14 to $15 a gallon. That's quite a bit. So I've been weaning them all to whole cow milk, and I put a little bit of buttermilk with that to kind of help with the additional vitamin A. And so what I'll do is I'll fill my pot up here, and then I'll show you. I'm gonna warm my milk up, all my milk. I'm gonna warm that up to 100 to 103 degrees, and then I'm gonna put that in my bottles, and then we'll go out and feed the goats. All right, so I'm gonna check my temperature of my milk, and I usually just use this meat probe. Right now I'm sitting right at 104. That's exactly how I want, so I'm not gonna warm it up anymore. All right, I'm gonna come into the kitchen sink here, and I use this. I pour the milk into this, and then it's easier to pour the milk into this and then use this to pour it into the bottles. I'm gonna measure out, and I'm gonna feed 3 larger goats 18 ounces, and then the smaller goats I'm gonna only give them 16 ounces. So my 16 ounces, these are easy. The milk bottles are so easy. These are just Dasani water bottles, and then you can go get these pre-church nipples at like Tractor Supply or your supply store or whatever. And when you cut the nipple, you slice it right down the middle, and so it kind of opens up that way, as you can see. And I just go down right at the very base of that, and that actually does the job. They drink it in a matter of seconds. So now that I have that, I'm just gonna pour these 2 bottles for my younger 2, and really they're only a week younger than my older 3, and so when we go back out there, I'll show you feeding them. But they were also born 3 pounds lighter, so we're making sure that we're feeding them proportionate to their weight. We kind of ran into a little bit today where we're trying to put them all in the same amount of milk, but with the younger 2, we found that if we were giving them a little bit more than they should have, and they were getting a little bit of diarrhea, and so we're going to cut back on the amount of milk they have. All right, so we have our milk bottles ready to go. I'm going to put them, the reason I put them in this little cooler is because it's still really, really cold outside, and I'm going to put the 2 for the little ones, and then my older, I call them my older 3, they're bullies, and so we're going to put those on first because they're just going to bully and then get their way. So, all right, we're going to head out and start feeding them. All right, so we're all bundled up. We're gonna go out and feed these little babies. You can hear them whining already. All right, guys. All right, boys. All right. These guys they're crazy. They're ready to go. Okay, come on guys, let's go. Let's go eat. Come on. Let's go. Let's go eat. Come on guys. Come on.
Just keep going.
Come on guys, let's go. Come on. This is the fun part. Is they run right in front. They run right in front of you. You can't even get in. Come on. Come on guys, let's go. Here. Add on here. There. Little bedroom. All right. So we have a little milk feeder here. Okay. All right. Well, that one is crazy. That one's Gus, and he's our crazy one. So I have these 3 bigger bottles, and I usually get Gus going first because he's our bully. He's our crazy one. Okay, and you see him fighting. Ash, I'll take care of him. Okay. Okay. Now we got the 3. Okay. All right.
It's okay. Just.
That's a small one. Okay. Okay. This is the hard part, is getting them all organized. But it goes pretty fast. So we just don't want these little two to drink as much as these older 3 right now. And so that's why they're over here. As you can see, it's kind of a fight. And this one's Gus. He gets in his drinking stance, as always. He gets them there, and I'll have to raise this up. They're getting a little older before I need to raise them up. The good thing about these nipples is there's a little hole, so it allows the air to go back up inside the bottle. Sometimes with this little fella right here, this is Woodrow, he puts his whole mouth over that and ends up drawing all the air out, and so it's kind of, you have to kind of pull the bottle out. But what I do now is, you can see they're done. I like to just leave them alone. If I pull a couple of bottles out, see right now, see they are already starting to fight. But if I keep them on, then they don't fight. They don't fight as much. As you can see, it's a race to the finish. All done. Easy peasy. You put the bottles back in. All right. So that way they don't get it. And then, so I have mineral. This is mineral because they need to be kind of munching on mineral. All the goats need quite a bit of minerals. And in the morning time, they also need a little bit baking soda. That helps with their bloat, so they don't get the bloat. And so I just put like a pinch of baking soda in with their milk. Otherwise, I just leave it out here for free range, but it's easier for them. They get their baking soda and the mineral that they need to get. So also, this is their feed right here. Their alfalfa grass. And then, so right after they're done milking, I really try to introduce it to them. Get them going on their hay. So, and then I love them. Give them some love. Yeah. See this one. Let's see. Yep. This was Woodrow. Or this one's Newt. This little fella right here. And then the pointy ears, this one's Boo. Yeah. And this is good old Gus. Or Crazy Gus. Oh, Crazy Gus. Yep. And then Woodrow. Woodrow's doing really well. He's starting to eat. He's starting to eat his grass a lot more than the others. And then this little darker one, this is a Rooster. So yep, they're still looking for something to suck on. That's pretty much it with milking the baby goats. And so now we just do that 3 times a day. And then most importantly is just to give them love. You know, they need the love. They need to know that we're mom and dad. Yep. Come on. Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. Hey, while we're out here, show you their little bed. I keep the hay in here, and then underneath their hay, here's kind of their bed. That's kind of where they sleep with the two heat lamps. Keeps them nice and warm. And then under that we have the straw or the wood chips underneath that, and that really keeps them warm. With goats, they actually, it's kind of sickening, but they'll pee in their bed, and then throughout the winter that ammonia actually will warm up, and it keeps them warm throughout the winter. And so come spring here, we'll take all that out and clean it. So yeah, it's not that hard. But they also like to pee in that corner too. But, yeah.